What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant, and you're watching Suburban Nerd. This is the channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news, but also do movie reviews. And today's movie I'm going to be doing a review on is a movie called Kin. Kin, if you guys didn't know, is based on a short that was done by Josh and Jonathan Baker, who actually are the producers of Stranger Things, but this is one of the movies that their directorial debut in a way. They've done other things, but this is like the more mainstream one. So this plot of the story is a teenage scavenger that's scavenging copper from old buildings, comes across a futuristic gun that has a bunch of different special abilities, and it also follows his older brother Jimmy, who actually runs into some trouble with a crime boss, and they both he takes the gun and goes on a run with his brother to get away from them, and comes across, so they're in their life-death situation, basically trying to survive against an army of thugs and two futuristic men, heavily armored, that want their gun back. And that's what the plot is. That isn't what we get in this movie. First off, I'm gonna tell you guys, I did not expect much from this movie, but I came out angry. Angry because this movie was nothing like what I expected, and there were so many plot holes, I just couldn't take it anymore. First off, and when I give these reviews, I start off watching these movies, I start off with like an 8. That, believe it or not, I started at 8, and the more you do bad, the more it goes down in the grade. That's how I come across with these movies. So I'm going to start off with the good thing. The good thing about this movie is I do like the cast. Like, basically the main character, who's Miles Truitt, who actually plays Eli. If you guys don't know who this guy is, this kid was in the New Edition story, the movie, the special BET movie, the 3 or 4 night special movie, and he was also in a cameo in Black Lightning, which that's a really great TV show. If you guys haven't seen it, check that out. But going back to the story, that's him. And his mate, and the also co-star is being played by Jack Raynor, who's playing Jimmy, his older brother. Eli is adopted. His mother was white, his dad was white. They adopted him. The mother dies. The father ends up having to take care of him, and the older brother went away to prison for something, but don't know what. But he comes back and he wants his crime to start new, but except he's got some debt, and he's got this because while he was in prison, I guess, for the crime boss somehow to give him protection in prison, he racked up a debt which is $60,000, and he comes back and he's asking the father for the money, doesn't want to, so he ends up trying to steal it, and that's where the things happen. And I'm not going to give away the full plot, but let's just say the brother has to take the younger black brother Eli and go on a run, and this is after they found a gun. The good side of this movie is the fact that the relationship between Eli and Jimmy, you do see it grow. You do see brothers, and you do see that they're trying to form a bond. You do like watching this bond, even though the older brother Jimmy is the worst influence you could ever find as a brother for a younger brother. Really, like everything you would want them not to do, that's pretty much what Jimmy. The only thing Jimmy didn't do was have him drink, and I give him props for that. They went to a strip joint, and Jimmy took him to a strip joint. The 14-year-old little brother took him to a strip joint, but he gave him soda pop. He made him drink soda pop. So, good on you for being a good brother for that moment. Other than that, he has him use a special gun to hold up the club owner and rob them. Yes, to do that. But it's because the older brother, Jimmy, did something stupid, got kicked out, and forgot the money inside the bar. Yes, so that was his fault. Everything in this movie seems to be his fault, but they want you to feel this bond, really bond with them. And the whole thing with the armored guys going after them, no, that wasn't that. You saw the armored guys. You didn't know what the story was. You didn't know where they came from. You just see these guys show up after the gun's missing and have these high-tech things tracking the gun. First plot hole, major plot hole, why was the gun left there? The boy goes back, sees when he first there, he sees all these machine bodies, whatever, and then the gun, he touches it and it activates whatever. He runs, because one of them reaches. He disappears. He goes back, all the bodies are gone, but for some reason, the gun is dropped down in a hole. for no reason, just left there. Why are you guys all of a sudden looking for this gun? If it wasn't important enough for you to actually grab it when you remove the bodies, why didn't you just take the gun? Instead, for the plot, of course, they leave it. And then that's when little Eli grabs the gun and he goes on a run. Okay, you're expecting to see all these things with him shooting a gun. He shoots the gun by mistake. They shoot some hay. He blows up a pool table because his brother's getting beat up in the club. Okay, that's pretty much the extent of it. And then when they're robbing, they knock over a car or a truck or whatever it was. That's the extent of this. You see him in the bathroom showing these trying out these different features. Sure, you got the regular, boom, it opens up with, that's one hitter quitter. You can definitely tell that's that. And then there's this other mode where there's like little two things pop out, has electricity, and it forming a little electricity ball. Where was that? You never get to see that thing happen. I was waiting for that to do something. I was like, I saw the two modes. What happened to the third mode? Didn't get to see that. I was kind of disappointed. And then the armored guys, you think you're going to see them fighting with it? No, you don't see none of that. Sorry, I'm spoiling it for you, but goddamn, I expected to see something like that when you're saying they're on a run from from a gang of thugs and two heavily armored futuristic men that want their gun back. How are you on a run for them when they literally did not know these people existed until the end of the movie? So I'm like, okay. By that time, the movie is slow at that too. Like, nothing's really happened other than these things I'm telling you about with the brother and hijinks and like just doing bad things. And then the way they have the younger brother find out the truth about what happened with the dad is in a newscast in Las Vegas in the casino. I'm sorry, but when the hell do you have Detroit news of anybody dying showing up all the way in Las Vegas? I'm sorry, but you barely see that on Detroit news because it happens so much. And for some reason, you're going to see it all the way. I'm sorry, but that was way too convenient for me. It was just too convenient for me. I couldn't take it. At that point, I was like, oh, hell no, they're not doing this like that. And then when they get caught and they're in a police station, I'm like, I know, James Franco, granted, as far as the bad guy, he was not bad. He looked the part, he played the part, a little bit over the top for me, but he played the part of the bad guy. I'm like, all right, don't mind. But to have the balls to go up to the police station with guns and thugs just to go and kill this guy, dog, I don't know what plan you have, but I don't think you have all the manpower you believe you have to take on the police station and anybody else that shows up. That's just not the logic for one person. Granted, he wasn't thinking right. Brother died, got killed by, so I understand, but at the same fact, I don't understand because really, bruh, what did you have planned? And then they go in there and that's when everything takes off. Like the movie gets really good because now the gun's being used. You're seeing these different modes, except for that third mode that they showed you and teased you. But everything else, and then all of a sudden the armored guys roll up with a motorcycle that they stole. Because I was like, wait a second, if they're futuristic, wouldn't they have futuristic vehicles? Like you have suits and all this whatnot. So why would you need to steal motorcycles? That was one of my plots. I'm like, I don't understand that. But they go in there. The James Franco rolls up in the police station, does his thing, shoots up the place, just going after them. Somehow the police can't put up a good enough fight. I don't know how when you've got an arsenal of weapons. I know police stations have weapons, but somehow these guys come through there and have no issues. Just take out the police station, no problem. Then armor people at the end. And I'm not gonna hit you with the plot. You guys, if you've seen it, if you guys haven't seen this movie, I've sort of spoiled it, but I haven't spoiled the movie overall, because if you're going to watch this movie for this, go and watch it. I wouldn't recommend it. I say watch this thing on DVD, or maybe when it comes on Netflix, or something. I say don't waste your money on this movie. If I was to give this movie a grade, I would have to give it a D+. Plus, because the last 15 minutes, that's when you see that gun really come and do some crazy things. And then I'll even get it with the plot twist at the end. But a part of me wants to give away the plot twist at the end. Okay, I won't say who shows up at the end that you didn't expect. Let's just say that this kid turns out to be something special. And I'm like, okay, you froze time. Why don't you take him with you, huh? If he's special just like you, why don't you take him with you? That's one of my reasons. You're leaving him. What does he got? His brother's gonna go to jail. He's got no gun. And you said that these robots or whatever were sent to kill him, apparently. So, what's gonna happen when they show up? And he doesn't have a gun. He's definitely not trained. He has nowhere to go. Papa's dead. Brother's in jail. Only Zoe, and that's another shining star in this movie, Zoe Kravitz, because Zoe was beautiful. She was sort of like the older sister kind of thing for him. Like I thought they were gonna kind of get weird and have her kind of crushing on him, or maybe do something where her and the older brother mess together. But none of that happens. But at the same time, I do like her character. I did enjoy watching her on the screen, and I did feel like she really did have a bond with the younger kid, Eli, as well. So as far as that goes, there was some pluses, but a lot more negatives for me. I'm sorry. Plots, holes, this, that. I don't know why this and that. It just, a lot of things just didn't make sense to me in this movie. And it was based on a short called Bagman. I need to watch this short, because I don't know if this short was better than this as far as explaining stuff, but this movie didn't explain nothing. The name Ken doesn't even come up. What is the title about? Ken, you see the sort of symbol show up on a gun, but never do you hear the words Ken. So I don't know what's this Ken about. Why is this movie called Ken? But if you were wondering, like a lot of times movies, they throw the name in there, they mention it somehow. The name of the movie is usually mentioned somewhat, but not in this movie, and I just didn't understand whatever. And I understand the movie. I understand what they're going for. I understand the story. It just didn't make sense why they did the things they did, and why things happened the way they happened. It just didn't make sense to me. But that's my review. D+. Don't see it. Don't waste your money unless you're watching it on DVD or if you're watching it illegally. So that's my review. If you guys want to see any other reviews, remember this. I have this channel. I have a lot of movie reviews. Remember to put on those notifications. Like this video if you like the review that I gave. Also, comment down below if you feel the same way I feel about this movie. If you liked the movie, tell me why you liked it, because I want to hear some legitimate reasons why people would think this movie is good. Because someone said it's good, but it just had a lot of issues. No, that makes it not that good of a movie. It just makes it an okay movie at best with a lot of problems. So, if anything, like I said, remember to subscribe. Check out my last movie review, which was, I'm not even going to say, and check out my playlist of the movie reviews. And remember, I'm Wes Grant. You're watching Suburban Nerd, and you've just been nerdified. Catch you guys on the next movie review. Bye.